Hello, reviewers. This is the story of Stephen King's It, and I am the review man. This is it, and let's get started, shall we? The movie starts out with them in a town of Derry, Maine. In Derry, a lot of crazy stuff's happening in Derry. You got clowns abducting people. You got the adults acting like they forgot about the whole incident because they just want to forget about it. They just want to forget about it. And let's see, go a little bit further. Got the movie playing in the background right here. Fast forwarding it some. Let's see. This girl right here, she sees Pennywise, the dancing clown, and she gets eaten by Pennywise because he's just a eater of children, and he just wants to have a good time. And yeah, that's Mike. He's calling everybody back to Derry. You got Bill, you got Beverly, you got Stan, you got Eric. I think there might have been Eric in there. You got Richie, and you got Ben. And all through the entire movie, the first half of the movie is them on that's Mike. He's calling. That's Ben. He's Georgie's brother. Georgie was the first dude that got attacked by Pennywise. And just because Bill wanted to, George just wanted to go out and float his boat. Crap. That's Ben. That's Bill. He's a writer, and he just wants to
Swear. Swear.
And what he does is he's traumatized by Pennywise, or Pennywise the dancing clown, eating his brother. And the good thing about this scene, this is a scene right here. Pennywise is fixing to do his first attack. Georgie, that's Georgie, Bill's brother, and he's floating his boat down the river. And each story in the entire each Pennywise attacks is done by a flashback. A kind of overdone cliche. Really should have thought about this a little bit more. That's Pennywise. He's a killer clown. He eats children and he eats worlds. And he's basically terrorizing each of the let's see if I can go a little bit faster. Oh yeah, that's all done by let's see who's next. That's Ben. He's a new kid in town. He's getting terrorized by Pennywise, and he's getting terrorized. He also has a crush on Beverly. That's Henry Bowers. He's pretty much Pennywise is pretty much using Henry Bowers and Penny to help fight the Losers Club. And Ben, he's traumatized by his dad's death, and Pennywise is using that. That's Beverly Marsh. Beverly Marsh was pretty much let's see we can slow it down a little bit. See if we can slow it down.
Hey, what's this? By George, Martha, it's the River Nile.
That's Richie Dozier, played by Seth Green. The only.
Richie, you're expecting maybe Gunga this. That's Richie.
That's Richie Dozier. That's Eddie Spaghetti. He's his Kaskoff or whatever. His mom pretty much puts the thought in his head about how he needs to be sick, and he's pretty much standing up to his mom. He's an asthmatic, and then there's Ben. He has a huge crush on Beverly. This is Beverly's scene with Pennywise. She hears all these voices and she sees the blood splatter. The dad doesn't believe it because no adults in the town wants to believe that Pennywise or the It attack is really happening again. And then that's Eddie. That's his mom, and this is his flash. It's fixing to show his flashback with Pennywise. This pretty much. Let's see. What was, I forgot what his attack was. Oh yeah, his attack was that he didn't want to shower, and he had asthma, and Pennywise was using that. And this is the scene where they're running away from him, and then they go to the dam, and then they go to the sewer to see Pennywise. And everybody's like, "Oh, Pennywise isn't real," and Pennywise and all that isn't real. And so yeah, the movie keeps on going on. Eddie, his mom was just trying to overrun his life, and this is the scene where Pennywise meets Eddie. Wow, he's getting attacked by showers. What's this, octopus man? And so he's like, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't shower with the other people. I can't shower." I'm gonna make him sound Scottish. He's getting attacked. Oh yeah, this is his scene. That was his scene. He got attacked. This is Richie's scene. Richie's scene is he just pretty much gets attacked by werewolves, by a werewolf, just because he's seen a movie whenever he was a kid called My Life as a Teenage Werewolf. And Pennywise attacks him in the basement dressed as disguised as a werewolf, and acting like he's gonna float. This is Mike's scene. Mike's scene is he just meets up with the Looters Club. There's no real background about his scene. And this is them. We're looking at the photo album, and Pennywise is saying, "I want to kill you all," jumping through a magazine, jumping through books, and then they all band together, saying, "If anything ever happens to us, or if he ever comes back," this is Stan. This is Stan Uris. He's the only one that really doesn't make the pact. But and then they all go into the sewer to find Pennywise. They all look into the deadlights. "You looked into his deadlights. That's his killer look." And so yeah, they all get traumatized, and they all start to fight, and they all come confront Pennywise in the sewer, and and then they're all like, "Oh yeah, you're not real, you're not real." And then they all make a pact that said, if it all comes back in about 30 years, if it ever comes back, we'd come back. And so yeah, the first half of the video is on the first half of the DVD, and then next we're going to use the second half. You gotta flip it over. Oh yeah, before we go on with the second half, I want to show you guys something. Check that out. Aren't you gonna say hello? Pick that up today, and I figured since I'm reviewing Pennywise, or It, why not get a shirt to match the review? Okay, and now let's get on with the story. Okay, Stan killed himself because he really didn't want to go back, and Pennywise was traumatizing him. So let's go back on with the story. Now in this scene, we see Bill coming to his brother's gravesite, and he's saying, "How could I forget that Georgie was dead?" Then he sees Pennywise, and then he sees Pennywise, and he's telling him, "I'm not afraid of you anymore." But Pennywise still isn't 100% sure that he's got over his fear. And then they go to the library where he meets up with Mike, and then Mike tells him that nothing's really much has been going on in this town, and that he had to stay behind just in case Pennywise or It ever came back. And Richie Dozier comes. He confronts It in the library. I just want to show you guys one thing. Okay, all these people are flinching because of the all these people are flinching that don't believe in it, that don't believe in Pennywise. But if the balloons aren't there, how come they're flinching? How come whenever it pops, go? Was that just the air? I don't know what it was. And then he's telling them that you can't beat me. You're too old. You're all too old. And then that's putting the fear in them. And then what we got going on next? They're still believing that Pennywise, and then we got Ben coming back into town. And Ben, he's just pretty much going back to the sewer where he first saw his dad, where he first saw Pennywise as his dad for the first time. And Pennywise is pretty much giving him all fair warning. And then we got Eddie coming back in there, and Pennywise is working through the dad, and this old lady Pennywise is working through her as the dad, and saying, "I worry about you, Beverly. Get out while you still can. Derry's not safe for you anymore." And he's still out working with their mind and everything. And then what's going on here? Oh yeah, you got Bill's wife getting ready to go and see them and try to track them down. Then we got them all eating dinner at a Chinese restaurant. Everybody's all like reuniting and everything, trying to overdo their fears and everything as Pennywise. And then they all decide to sit down and have a nice dinner. That's what's going on right here. And so yeah, and then let's see, they all decide to confront their fears. And then Henry Bowers, he gets committed to a mental institution because he confesses to killing all the kids that Pennywise killed. And Pennywise decides to break him out because he said, "You helped me once, now I'm going to help you. I just need you to help me kill them all." And so yeah, they're all trying to confront Pennywise, and then he tells a story. Then they all get a call about. Then they call Stan, and then they find out that Stan's dead. And then they tell the story about how Stan confronted Pennywise by saying like all the birds and all this other stuff. That's Stan's head dead in the refrigerator. And then there's balloons floating all over the place. Yeah. So what's going on next? And Pennywise is using one of the dead bullies to help Henry break out. And so you need to go back to Derry, and everybody's still in shock and belief. And then Mike's they're all trying to figure out, like, every 30 years how the town is being haunted every 30 years by Pennywise. And then here comes Bill's wife being confronted by Pennywise and getting trapped in the deadlights. Oh, you got trapped in the deadlights. And then we got Beverly helping the Losers Club. The Losers Club was helping her get cleaned up. And then Mike's getting confronted by Henry Bowers. And hold on, go back. This is one of my favorites. This is my favorite scene in the entire movie.
Fat boy.
He looks up. He sees the clown, and then he looks out at supposedly Beverly. Oh, that's scary. Big fat boy. And then Pennywise is still working on their mind. He comes back with saying, "You're still too old." And then they all decide to hop in the car after Mike gets stabbed and help take him to a hospital. And then they decide to go. Then Ben's convinced that he's still seeing things, and then they're all.
Bill's right. If we call the police.
The police aren't going to help you. Nobody's going to help you because Pennywise or it has the whole town scared. pretty much. And then then they all decide to go to the sewer to stop Pennywise, just the same way that they stopped him in the first one. But they are all overcoming their fears, and then they find out that Pennywise, or it, I don't know why I keep on calling him Pennywise, because that's what he's known as. He's not known as it. They're all just saying, you can't stop me, you're too old, there's no way that you can stop me. And then Maudra. Uh-oh, Maudra. Look at that spider. Look at that. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Look at that spider. That's one ugly ass spider. Excuse me.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hello? Hello? Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, they beat the spider, they beat Pennywise, they all overcome their fears, and then they all go on their separate ways. Ben and Beverly get married. Bill wakes up his wife, and then everybody goes their separate ways. And Richie, he becomes a famous actor. Mike still stays in Derry, and yeah. So anyway, everybody lives. Everybody lives in the end. So anyway, that was it. A story of killer clowns, kids overcoming their fears, and a coming of age story growing up, written by an awesome Stephen King. So yeah. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I will see y'all guys in the next video.